Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. Woohoo, party. Where are we here? Today is Tuesday. It is the 5th of January. We've been sort of worried about a big event here today, tomorrow. There's supposed to be, initial validation of electoral college votes in here by the U.S. Congress, and then also two big vote down in Georgia for the fate of the U.S. Senate, and which way is that government gonna go? Do we sort of stay slightly left, middle of the road, or do we just go full left? So there's some stuff on the line here. It's got some implications to all this. So it doesn't surprise me the market's a bit skittish here, as well too. COVID stuff, what's going on in the UK. That's probably our fate in a week or two. It wouldn't surprise me at all. So if we had another go round like we saw last late winter, big shutdowns right across North America, U.S. stock market collapsing into some sort of big panic, it wouldn't surprise me. The only question here is, does the Fed come in and just sort of juice the system? They already have the green light to spend as much money as they ever dreamed possible, get us all deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into debt. And of course, building out that slavery for the next century. Wonderful. So it's kind of almost like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you do, stock market collapses, massive layoffs, massive unemployment, food lines, probably riots, maybe even potentially civil war. Damned if you don't, Fed comes in, dilutes the purchasing power of the currency, keeps everything going. Everybody thinks it's a big conspiracy. And we play more politics of Fugazi brrr kind of world. So take your pick. Which one do you want? If there was a choice of column A or column B, I think I'll take column C. Bitcoin! No. Well, if anything, Bitcoin's acting perfectly through this. The question here is, can you actually go and invest in Bitcoin right now? I don't think so. But, maybe the damn price goes 10x from here, right? And then everybody goes, thanks, Brian, for not saying I couldn't buy, and it went another 10 times higher. There is always that potential in parabolic moves. I think it's extremely dangerous to predict a top, call a top, say this is the top. Because quite often the market just goes, so what? And it does its own thing. Coming in and just sort of assuming that there isn't any risk. If you actually buy this asset here, anything really, sadly, in the market right now is, in my opinion, very, very... It's foolhardy. It's like you're not really thinking logically. Oh well, logic, so what? This is investing. This is my money. This is CERB free money. Ooh, why would you want to think logically when you're just getting all this free money for nothing? Logic right now is right out the window. Party, party. I'm the type of guy, if I can come in, buy against the bottom end of the range, then when the public does all this and gets absolutely insane and stupid about the prices that they pay and they don't even really think about value, guess who's on the sell side? Just spoon feeding. Here you go. Merry Christmas. You want more? You want to pay these high prices? Okay, here you go. And I did that this morning on some crazy little warrant. I couldn't believe the trade. Hey, if you guys are going to bid these prices up, okay, fine, I'll take it. But, as an example of what I do in the marketplace, all I try and do is find situations where asset prices have been beaten down, and I just come in, sneak in off the bottom, don't take too much risk, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, like I said, when the market goes nuts, that's usually when I'm spoon feeding. So here was our idea du jour. We plot down here. Bottom end of the range. And interesting enough, the stock chart itself just looked fantastic down here. Whether you bought this W or whether you waited for these W's, whatever. Bang, 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 bang. Right? So huge, huge wins here today. That's 10x off of my buy level. So you can imagine how I'm feeling today. Pretty good day. Don't get too wrapped up in, is the politicians, are we toast, or, ironically enough, I like to follow investment models, fundamental models that were taught to me years ago. And ironically enough, hunting good fundamental ideas, I was basically, where the hell am I? Trying to show you here. I was basically told by the market to be investing in metals names. God, 66 now! Woohoo! We were buying this thing at what? 10 cents, 15 cents. And look at the size of this gap. That's $1. By the way, I had another sell half on a double order there in the low 60s, so I do believe I was just filled. Yay. But interesting, if you follow like fundamental models, and okay, I want to find stocks that have been recently rolled back and consolidated. I want to find stocks that are the people that were owed money by the old defunct company. They're going to exchange the shares, exchange the debt for actually equity in the new consolidated company. That's a huge value sign. We're going to buy companies at or below, if we can, where the insiders are actually long. I mean, isn't that the definition of smart money? And all of those indications were given to us. You can see there's the rollback, right? Shares for debt, options, directors, blah, 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 blah. And there's the end result. I mean, that is what I do. Probably actually a good dovetail. I mean, you want to learn how to do this? I'll be more than happy to teach you. In fact, it's my privilege to teach you how to do this. We do have a new school term coming up here. And David, of course, right now is our sort of head marketing guy. He's been sending out emails to people that have joined things like raffles and stuff like that. By all means, if you don't want the email, just put it in your spam or just send a reply. Can you please remove me? It's not that big of a deal. It's just, David is a marketing guy. He does his marketing thing, and he's very, very good at it. But anyway, he's put together this page. You can see we have a countdown clock till the next term starts. So it's about a week. This is left open for you. Same thing as I've said before. You can come and get to know Brian a little bit better in the community and what we do. Also a couple videos by actual site members and students and stuff. So feel free to check out that page. I think Kevin will include that in the video description here today. So that's just an FYI for you. And as I said, I mean, you want to come and learn how to do this? More than happy to teach you. And it's not that difficult, but the key here is patience, discipline, religious conviction to your trading plan. In this case, this is both a fundamental and a technical setup put together. I mean, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. I'm long from here, right? Woohoo! So interesting enough, if you actually invest in companies with sound structure, it actually gets you invested in sectors that are probably going to do pretty well going forward. So it doesn't really surprise me that I got a lot of gold stocks. That I'm not even really that much of a gold bull. I don't even really like gold that much. But hey, if I can buy this stock and it does this, that's what I like. Anyway, crazy world. So what the hell should I talk to you guys about today? With the election issues, I'd be very careful about sort of, coming to any great conclusions until after the results. And I can guarantee you every single vote in the state of Georgia is going to be counted, recounted, counted a third time, counted a fourth time, inspected, and counted a fifth time. I suppose the good part about this, with all this fear and anxiety, the corn continues to catch a bid here. So as long as the market's frothy and it's freaking out about the U.S. dollar, my hunch is, interestingly enough, oil up. And this is why I think the Fed came in and supported the market. Be interesting to see what the news headlines are later on today. I noticed, oil very, very strong here today. The corn, obviously, very strong. And actually, all of the proxies strong, too. And look at what stocks are trying to do. Looks like they're actually trying to base here and join that sort of risk-on vote. And then the bonds with the U.S. dollar, right, the risk off, they're getting whacked. And then, we have this funny situation where gold sort of caught in between. It's not really a fear proxy. It's not really growth proxy. It's sort of like I'm a bit of both. And actually, my commentary for the site today was let's keep a real close eye on the gold-silver ratio. If we see the gold-silver ratio start to move back towards gold's favor, then it means, oh boy, people are really getting worried. And I don't know, maybe we actually start to see the bullets fly in the United States of America and this thing actually gets serious here. It's tough to say. You never know in this crazy world. If silver can continue to outperform, then I think that's a proxy that, hey, the economy's still feeling pretty good and we're rocking and rolling. We do have a big silver proxy on the books, so we'll just sort of keep playing and see how we go here. Now is that the biggest silver stock around. Remember, I just trade setups. So there it is, just doing its thing. We've got a bit of cushion here. It's moved up smartly. Do we get into this kind of phase here where we're just fucking straight up here? I don't know. But I'm long. And really, I think I told you on the weekend show, my number one job here is don't touch it. Just leave the trade alone. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. The setup is working. My number one job is don't get in my own way. You'd be surprised. That's usually what undermines people in this game is they end up trying to overthink, overanalyze. They actually get themselves out of really good trades. And then a week later they go, oh my God, if I had only just held. So anyway, there it is. That's one reason why I love the sell half on a double kind of strategy because it always keeps you long. And you get crazy things like that silly blink where the warrant went from like 30 cents to $40, $50. And I'm still long. The kids here. Now this one pissed me off because I think on this screen here, we had this idea last week and I got my bids working here, but look at that, eh? See you later, Brian. Jerks. Oh, well, can't win them all. One of our site members did a beautiful write-up on Tough Built. Actually, it was so funny. Through the daily brief today, I went a little overboard. There's gonna be a great soundbite coming out, guys. Wait for it. It's gonna be so good. But our community does fantastic research. And one of our community members found this name, and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, I'm a bit of a weirdo. He gets pretty excited when he has a pretty good cheeseburger, and right on. Damn, I get pretty excited when I see a chart look like that. I go, oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Oh goodness. So, I mean, you could get wrapped up in the politics of the world, and oh my God, Bitcoin's going to the moon, whatever. I mean, I'm just going to sit here and just keep doing this, right? And I mean, gee whiz, like stocks like, 80, 90 cents, rally up to fill in the gaps. I mean, it just rinse and repeat. Same old, same old. And really it doesn't matter because, I was telling the community this through the daily brief today. It doesn't really matter who's in control. How do we know that they're lying to us? Interesting to see whether you guys can answer that question. It's a line that I used, one of my old gnarly, this guy used to drive a tugboat up and down the Fraser River. My expression that he used to use back in the 60s and 70s and stuff. And of course, it's still just as valid today. How can you tell when a politician is lying to you? Let's see if you can put in the comments the end of that line. So it doesn't really matter who's in control. They're just going to want their cut. So let's just go and make lots and lots of money from trading. You know, they say everything in life guaranteed, death and taxes. It's not like taxes are going to go away mysteriously. And be careful if you're a crypto kid and for some reason you've convinced yourself that, oh, I'm a crypto kid, that means they can't get me. Be careful, please. You know, sort of the continuing theme of last year, especially if we start going into lockdown, you know, here in North America. This is a company that's sort of involved in the online education sort of community. Beautiful setup, just like that silver stock. You know, just trade your setups, just let them do their thing. I have no idea what's going to happen here, but you can clearly see the market likes our thinking here. So, you know, that's I'm seeing a lot of this sort of like what worked when people shit their pants last freak out, right? Where is freak out? Freak out's right in here, right? Coming out of freak out. What worked? I don't see any reason why the same thing can't happen here. So I'm seeing a lot of that. Seeing also a lot of sort of medical devices, things like pills that you swallow that do x-rays of your body. Things like these are artificial limb manufacturers. Look at that little bull flag that's getting ready to go. These guys, they also are in the artificial limb business. That thing looks fucking ready to go. So there are opportunities out there, I'll tell you. I mean, geez, I think I cleared about 2 or 3 grand in profits today, just selling my little banging out double stuff. And I got to go count a whole bunch more profits because I haven't even accounted for that fill yet. So this market's hot. You know, I mean, you might as well take advantage of it while it's here. Actually, this one here, I bought this little guy here. This would be my energy proxy if I was going to have one. Pick this up at 50 cents off the W. You should all understand that. And actually, I think I've got order working here pretty close. Yeah, so I'm just a hop, skip, and a jump away. If that energy market does want to perk up some more, hey, I'm more than happy to take that fill. So, I mean, shit's all over the place right now. It's awfully tough for me to think about what's the best message to send to you. I still think that we're in some sort of U.S. dollar pivot phase here, but these things are never pretty. With that, if the whole political situation just collapses, over the next week or so out of the U.S., maybe this deteriorates into civil war, right? That would probably be a good reason to knock that U.S. dollar down. Break that big monthly bottom that, hey, the old world that you thought of the USA and all that, it's over. I don't think we're there, but so what? That's just an opinion. Did buy some calls on this thing, bought some puts on Canadian dollars. So, I've taken some bets, but, both of them obviously are not working right now. Stocks catching a bid. There's the oil going crazy. Fine, take my uranium names up. Okay. Interesting. Bonds really getting hit hard here. Again, I wonder whether the Fed came in and did something here. I got a feeling they did. Gold perking up nicely. Remember that risk on, risk off. Now we got, of course, that inverted head and shoulders. So it looks logical to me gold's heading up to 2 Gs. I would like to see silver outperform to show me that it's economic expansion, not shit in my pants action. We'll see how that goes. Especially, remember I showed you that we had a Dow theory sell signal there the other day? So I would imagine with the crude oil as strong as it is, the transports are not going to be happy looking at that. So that's probably in itself probably going to be a bit of a problem. I did see, though, that the airlines were relatively strong in here. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. That crude oil market sure does surprise me, though, small caps versus large caps. People are running into large caps. This would be a risk-off bet. So interesting how people have a propensity for large cap stocks here, not small caps. And then probably risk-off. Again, election, political uncertainty. Maybe pull back on some of that risk there. And of course, with the political, it doesn't surprise me. Corn trying to hold in here, right? We really fell apart after that beautiful smiley face, dumped down hard. They basically just hit the reset button. This was Friday's retail close. This is Monday's retail open. What a surprise. Hit the reset button. So Wall Street doesn't go, you fuckers, you left us behind. No, they didn't. Everybody's on board at the exact right levels. I suppose A, B, C, D here. We did have a little one yesterday, but notice they blasted those lows out. It was interesting. There was a guy who sort of a crypto OG dude, right? I don't even know if he knows Kurt Cobain or not. Probably not. But he fancies himself a Cobain type person. And he was actually telling his community to sort of cool their jets through this, which I found amusing. Is there a trade for me to do through here? Unfortunately not. Too violent lows. Not really well-defined highs. Again, violent low. So for a guy like me, I could see corn go to new highs. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And if anything, I'd probably be looking for like momentum divergences and stuff right up in this area. And maybe we get like another M kind of like this, and we'd be thinking about more range. So we'll see how it goes. Nothing really for me to do here. Can't invest in this at all. So it's just really a question of, if you're trading lower time frame charts, 30-minute chart, are you taking trades? If you're a higher time frame participant, this kind of thing, are you spoon feeding into these rallies? For whatever it's worth, you can see this chart. I am thinking there's some sort of pivot here. It was amusing how some kids on social media and stuff, they just go, no, you're wrong. Okay. I could be. And frankly speaking, I never put myself into a position that if I am wrong, it makes that much of a material difference. I'm the type of guy, I want to be selling into these rallies. The various different proxies I have had through this rally have all done very, very well. And, every time they double, I just keep letting them have some more. And if I wanted to invest in this space, I have to wait. And I have to just let this space clean itself up. I don't know when it's going to happen. But my inkling is it's going to look something like this. Same thing on things like ETH. And as I told the community today, remember we had this exact same conversation when corn was rallying up against its old highs. I don't know where the top is. You just don't know. But as we move along, we just keep drawing our reload zones. And if this is the high, then you can see where I can be a buyer. I mean, nothing changes here. It's the exact same shit, rinse and repeat. We got a nice cute little foggy level up here, so I threw that on. If we top at foggy, well, then that becomes my buying zone. And you can see it's not a hell of a lot of difference. So the point here is not where the top is, just don't fucking chase. Wait. Be patient. Be disciplined. Wait for the W's. Visit that website I keep trying to get you guys to go to. All right, and that basically summarizes even like crypto market here. Couldn't be a buyer. If we got a big fat M up here, I definitely could think about shorting. Way too early for that. And probably what's happening here is they're rallying this thing into that CME event, which is now like less than a month away. So somewhere up in here, there's some sort of pivot. It might be quite a bit higher, though. Don't get me wrong. There are cute little altcoins that are presenting ideas. TRI's CTO's been in love with this LTO. Slick site traders were buying here, selling halves on doubles, and then reloading versus Bitcoin. Just beautiful trading. Oh my God. If I was going to build a trading site to teach people how to trade, that's exactly what I wanted to see. And I see this now daily out of TRIers. Daily, every single day, they just keep doing the same good best practices over and over and over, and it makes me so proud. Probably the big message here today, and actually it happened yesterday, was breaking out through the highs here, and it did it on some pretty good volume and momentum. So that's actually painting like a cup and handle kind of formation here. It's kind of cute. I don't mind it. I mean, it could be open to interpretation. Maybe that's your lip. I don't know. It's just tough. But point here is this thing sure looks like it's pointing up. And of course, if corn and Ethereum and all that are moving higher, well, you know, there's foggy levels. Not telling you what to buy or sell. And frankly, I don't think it's a good trade to be coming in on the buy side here anyway. But that's probably where TRI is going to be letting some go at some pretty juicy profits. So just an FYI. Stake, you know, if you're playing the DeFi space, some of these names have actually done very, very well here. Not collapsing. Sure like that Unibright chart. Dash and anonymous coins in trouble. So it doesn't surprise me to see anonymous coins. They're going to have a bit of a slog here. Doesn't surprise me one bit. Also, too, of course, we got news about the U.S. government wants to get involved in the stable coin business. So my hunch is things like Tether and stuff like that, they could be under a bit of scrutiny here over the next 6 months. What's interesting, I'm hearing squawks out of Ubiq Principles, which I haven't heard in quite a while, squawking about how they're in the DeFi space too, and how they're all decentralized, and strategies to decentralize your asset holdings, blah, blah, blah. Interesting to watch how that Ubiq story is developing here. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing does turn somewhere through here, but this is versus Bitcoin, so obviously versus Bitcoin, it's a mess. Digi, you know, I mean, you can see Digi. Digi's got a bot working. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know what's going to happen here. Traders got to trade. Interesting versus Bitcoin, soft. But, you know, this versus dollar. Levels are levels. I showed you that silver bot. The setup is universal. Again, you want to come on the site, I'll be more than happy to teach you how to hunt and trade these things. No problem whatsoever. Part of our education program. But the point just being that what you should see is a lot of sort of similarities. So that bot, right, same sort of thing. What was my number one job at this point on this trade? Don't do anything. How about in the technology space? So you don't like metals, you like this online experience and learning online. Hey, I want to go to university. I'm not going to take your crappy program, Brian, because you're not accredited. But I will go and I will take an online accredited version of economics. And probably won't be able to teach you how to trade, but hey, at least you have an accredited program. And there is its bot, right? What's my number one job here as a trader? Don't do anything. Just let the damn thing work. So it's the same thing in crypto. You know, no difference. I mean, if you happen to find a bot in the corn, you're trading that, awesome. If you happen to find a bot in something like, what the hell was I looking at there? That was Digi, right? Yeah, Digi. Same thing. It's just what the bot does is it gets you to take a trade where if you're wrong, okay, well, I lose $1. Okay. But if I'm right, I make $3. And the secret to this game is making sure this box, or actually circle, is bigger than this circle. Try to be right more often than you're wrong. And it could even be like 50, 51, 52%. But if your winners produce this circle and your losers produce this circle, you have no choice but to be profitable. So, I mean, I keep telling you the same message over and over. Sure hope you guys are getting it. Okay, I think that's about all the rant I want to do here for today. Like I said, if you would like for some help in setting up plans, learning the process, learning to make some sense out of all of this mess and how to appropriately take risk and frame what actually gets you to act in the marketplace, both on the buy and the sell side, well, that's what our education program's all about. Feel free to pop on by, watch the videos, and get to know some of our students a little better, read the testimonials. published on that page. And if we strike a chord with you, we'll be starting up our new term in about a week. Okay, everybody, have yourselves an awesome rest of your day. All the best, and bye for now.